All right, so Gina, what was more intimidating, the first day on set or the first time you stepped into a cage?
Oh, good question. I have to say, since I'd been fighting in Muay Thai, the first day on set maybe. Just because I'd never done anything like that. And I also, the first day on set was in Dublin, and I had to pretend to be somebody's wife. And on top of that, Steven and Fassbender walk up to me and they're like, oh, if I was, greeting my wife, I would kiss her. And I was like, oh, shit. They would do this to me on my first day, first filming, first acting experience ever, and now I have to kiss somebody. And I know it looks like a little peck on a film, but I'm pretty sure I'm a giddy little schoolgirl in that one.
That's great. Well, then you and Channing get to mix it up a little bit later on, too.
Yeah.
And he just told me, he said Steven didn't tell you guys what to do, that he just said, all right, action.
Yeah. Well, I asked him, I was like, how does movie kissing really work? Do you use your tongue, don't you? And they were like, yeah, you do what you normally would do. And so I thought it was really funny, though. He grabs my throat at the end of the kiss, and I was like, oh, you're one of those guys. Channing.
That's cool, though. But so now, how was this whole experience for you? Because I know, obviously we know you've done so well in fighting, but everybody wants to know if this experience was great for you and if we've lost you in terms of seeing you in the cage.
Well, you never have lost me, because that's my first love. But honestly, I mean, gosh, I don't know. I think that I'm waiting for this January 20th to get passed and Haywire to get passed, because what people don't understand is this was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had, and I found another way to express myself without having to hurt anybody. And that's always been my biggest problem as it is getting that much cutthroat in the cage. My mom was always like, Gina, do you always have to wait till like somebody hurts you to actually turn it on? So it was always that one punch where I'm like, oh, okay, let's get serious, because, and that's when I kind of showed up to fight, is after that punch would happen. And it was always it's always really frustrating not to be able to control that, but I think I'm getting more mature, and I haven't closed the door on it. I haven't been able to say, I'm retired from it, because I don't know. I don't know what is going to take place in the next couple months for me, so I'm just kind of letting it sit there for a second and not having any definite answer for anything.
Well, and it's interesting, too, though, because if you jump from that into the world of Hollywood that's got just as many challenges, just as many physical and mental, and just as much anguish that you may end up going through in there. So.
Absolutely. And it's almost like walking into a gym and shadowboxing and feeling so ridiculous when you're doing it. Like, well, that's exactly how I felt in reading lines with, people. I was like, oh, my gosh, I feel so ridiculous right now. But eventually, when you practice it, just like I practice Muay Thai, I love a challenge. I love the ability to get better at something. And so, I have acting something I can do for the rest of my life and get much better at. And so I don't know. I don't know what the future holds right now.
And though you do much of your own stunts, I'm sure you gained a new appreciation for stunt people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's really interesting? They don't have an Emmy for stunt people. Yeah. And I thought that when they told me that, I was like, people that put their lives on the line, they don't have an Emmy for that. Yeah. These stunt people are literally putting their lives on the line for films to make the films what they are, and these action, and anything. And I have utmost respect for them. And there was one stunt that I wasn't able to do in the film, and my stunt woman's Karyn. And she's an ex-gymnast and a stunt woman, and she falls off the roof and flips off a platform and onto her back. And I was like, no, I need 100% of these stunts to be me, and, da-da-da. But when I saw her do that, I was like, well, okay, that was all her. That was you. That was a good job. And it was really nice to see a woman shine in something that I didn't really know anything about, and that's stunts. So I have utmost respect for stunt people.
Awesome. Well, you did a great job. We're very psyched for you.
Oh, thanks. And I feel that from you, so I really appreciate it.
Thanks.